Right from the start, there's anticipation in the air. There's no telling what we'll find once we get near Hurricane Bonnie, and I'm strapped in tight, ready for the ride of my life. My life and the lives of millions of others across the southeast United States are in the hands of the Hurricane Hunters, a family of pilots, engineers, weather officers, scientists, and navigators.
Hi, I'm Major Don Acosta. I'm the navigator on today's mission, and today we're going to take a look out at Hurricane Bonnie. My job is, you see I have all the charts, I have my nest built here, I have the radar and navigation computers. My job is to make sure that we get there safely, get there on time.
Safety is crucial when you fly into 100-mile-per-hour winds or more. I have plenty of time to wonder what I've got myself into. After all, this is a 13-and-a-half-hour trip to Bonnie and back again. We have enough fuel for a 14-hour trip. The navigator better be precise with his math.
Up until just a month or so ago, I used to teach high school. And for the high school students out there, geography. You have to know where you're going. You have to know the coordinates. Math's very important. The time, distance, equations, I use those constantly. You can see the engineer has a fuel panel up there, and I work closely with the engineer to make sure we don't run out of fuel. That's probably my most critical task, especially on today's mission.
On today's trip, we'll spend 6 hours inside of the storm, flying an X pattern. The pilot feels his way through the hurricane, penetrating the eye very carefully. The timing must be precise to the second. Otherwise, turbulence can cause the flight to become a very bumpy ride, or even worse.
And we have a lot of practice missions that we work on. We have training missions where we go out over the water in the Gulf of Mexico and practice, in essence, what we're going to be doing today, flying alpha patterns against a spot out in the ocean there, and practicing our skills and refining them.
This is dangerous work, but for the Lieutenant Colonel Jimmy Stewart, it's in his blood. His father was a hurricane hunter back in the 60s.
You might consider us the pointy end of the spear. We're the ones that are out here that are gathering the data for them. And this is something we enjoy, and I think if you talk to all of my crew members in our squadron, you'll find that they really enjoy this. There's a personal satisfaction for trying to do something and trying to help someone.
As we get closer to the storm, puncturing the feeder bands, you do feel some turbulence. I don't know if I should look out the window or look at the instruments. The instruments indicate what's happening inside and outside our plane.
All right, today we're going to be going into Hurricane Bonnie. This is a very important storm. It's a Category 3 storm, which means that it can cause extensive damage on the coastline.
But a satellite can only tell you so much, because a satellite is up at about 20,000 miles from the Earth, takes a picture, but there's really no way to tell what's going on underneath the clouds. And that's what our job is, to go there into the clouds and see what's really going on inside the storm.
U.S. Air Force Reserve Captain Richard Henning is the weather officer on board our mission. He got hooked on weather as a kid during a science fair project. His years of studying math and science certainly paid off.
I'm the one that's responsible for directing the mission as far as gathering all the data that we need about the storm. And I'm the one who's responsible for talking to the Hurricane Center down in Miami by satellite and making sure that the crew understands what the Hurricane Center needs, what kind of information they need about the storm. And it's my job to get that information to the Hurricane Center.
We know we're in the center of the eye when the pressure drops and the winds die down. That's when data analyzers inside a tube container are literally launched into the center of the storm. As the canister drops through the eye, numerous measurements are instantly fed into computers for analysis, and very shortly afterwards, fed on to you.
It's still a very dangerous hurricane sitting over very warm water, and it should be monitored very closely.